The sad life of rich people trapped in rat race. It's a race against time. The first thing that happens is that your alarm wakes you up from a deep sleep. When you finally get out of bed, you wince in pain because your eyes are being blinded by brightness that they were not expecting. As you open the door to your home and look out onto the chilly morning, you are greeted by a forceful gust of wind. You fight to get on a full train. As soon as you get to work, you are forced to engage in the same tedious talks with individuals you do not like. You continue to perform the same pointless tasks over and over again. No one is interested in participating in the rat race. On the other hand, nobody can survive without it. It is because you are afraid of the consequences that would result from not getting out of bed, getting squashed on a train, and having those boring discussions that you choose to do all of those things. Even if you have a job, you won't be able to afford to pay your rent. Perhaps your mortgage is set for 25 years. To put it another way, you have a family to provide for and expenses to pay. You get the point. The reason that people work is not because they want to. As a matter of necessity, they are employed. Within this confinement of necessity, every one of us lives. You can decide to avoid doing everything that you do not want to do. Nevertheless, failure to do so will result in a life of destitution and hopelessness. That is something that nobody desires. It is reasonable to believe that becoming wealthy is a means of escaping the rat race. The key to breaking free from the monotony of the cage of necessity is to have sufficient funds to allow you to live a comfortable life for the rest of your days. People are liberated from the anxiety that they feel about the consequences of not working. Beyond their wildest aspirations, they are wealthy. When compared to the total population of roughly 8 billion people, there are currently 57.55 billionaires. In terms of wealth, billionaires make up the top 0.00003% of society. Indeed, they are an uncommon breed. If they were an animal, they would be considered a species that is rapidly extinction. The distinct characteristics of this group of people include the fact that they have arrived in a promised land and are regarded as gods, even though they are considered to be mere mortals. As a result of the fact that social success is defined by having more money and things than anybody else, billionaires are automatically deemed to be among the most significant persons in the world. To put their wealth into perspective, if someone had $1 billion, which is a pittance in this club, and spent $50,000 every day for the next 50 years, they would still have a fortune of $88.5 million. This is without taking into account the enormous amounts of interest that they would collect over that period. To phrase it another way, they cannot run out of money. If this is the case, shouldn't billionaires be exempt from the rat race? Considering that they are the wealthiest individuals in the world, they can do anything they want, whenever they want, and purchase everything they want that they want. On the other hand, billionaires are in the same predicament as everyone else. How come? As far as they are aware, the fact that they are wealthy is what gives them significance. Therefore, just like everyone else, billionaires are motivated by fear. Specifically, they are afraid of losing their status as billionaires and the benefits that come along with that reputation. A prisoner of necessity, confined in a cage. Billionaires are required to continue to retain their status as billionaires to continue to receive the respect that comes with that status. A fantastic illustration of the predicament that the millionaire is currently confronting is provided by Donald Trump. Trump boasts triumphantly in the book The Art of the Deal that he does not negotiate deals to make money. "Oh, there is more than I will ever require, and I have more than enough. I do it because I want to do it." After reading that line, it is clear that it does not make a great deal of practical sense. If the action you are taking has no significance, what is the point of performing it? The boast that Trump makes conceals an essential aspect of the need for more. You can imagine that when Donald Trump was writing The Art of the Deal, he was thinking about how useless it is to do deals just to make them. Then the President of the United States in 1986 had the notion, if it's all for nothing, perhaps I should stop making deals. On the other hand, as soon as Trump stopped making deals, he would start having less than those within his immediate vicinity. Therefore, rather than releasing him from his obligations, his riches force him to continue making agreements. This is because success and social standing are determined by possessing more than your peers. Simply for the sake of doing so, he does not make bargains. As a means of staying one step ahead of the competition, he engages in business transactions. If they decide to stop, the value of their money will quickly decrease in comparison to that of other individuals who are still hooked on the treadmill. When their wealth decreases, the identity and social importance that the rich provide also decreases along with it. The need to acquire more money is not the driving force behind billionaires. Rather, they are motivated by greed and a desire for more. These individuals act in this manner to preserve their social status and the sense of significance that it affords them. They are ensnared in the same sense that everyone else is. They are the only ones who are confined, and they are not confined by necessity. In this way, capitalism is a pathological condition. It necessitates the never-ending search for more money, more things, and more of everything else, since success is inextricably linked to having more than those who are in our immediate community. One of the most important societal goals. What is never acknowledged is the significant social role that the Billionaire Club performs in the rest of society. There is a rationale behind Forbes's decision to publish an annual rich list. There is a rationale behind the widespread fascination with the wealth of billionaires and the fact that individuals receive daily updates informing them of the identity of the richest person in the international community. In the first place, the media's tendency to celebrate billionaires has the effect of normalizing large wealth disparities and giving the impression that billionaires are just like the middle class. That is not the situation at all. In the second place, it is to inspire people to want to have what they have, to have the courage to dream of becoming billionaires among themselves. Forget about the reality that inequality has a profoundly destructive effect on society, and that societies are in a far better position when there are lower levels of inequality. As long as our identities and our sense of accomplishment are based on the fact that we have more than others, everyone will continue to get caught up in the rat race and will continue to pursue more for the sake of acquiring more. The endangered species that is the billionaire is not any different from anybody else. They are the same as everyone else who is confined by the cage of need. In the relentless rat race of life, we're driven by the fear of losing what we have, whether it's a job, a social position, or, for billionaires, their status and respect. This necessity confines all of us, from the middle class to the wealthiest individuals. Billionaires, though financially free, remain locked in the same cycle of more to maintain their elite standing. This pursuit reflects the deeper societal obsession with wealth and inequality that propels us all forward, normalizing the gap and keeping everyone on the same relentless treadmill, always seeking but never quite liberated.